Before we get into the following lessons, there's one more thing I want to do, and that's just to make sure that you're 100% comfortable with how option and try work inside of for expressions. So that's what I do in this next lesson here in the book. And to demonstrate that, I start off with our usual make int function, and here I'm using all catch. So this is a real short version of this function. And here I start to show how we can use that inside of a for expression. So let's go ahead and come over here. And let me move things around a little bit so we can see everything. So some things I want you to be 100% comfortable with are first that you can use options here. You can use a single option, and then as I show in these 3 lines, you can use multiple options as needed inside the first part of a for expression. Another thing to know that I mentioned before is that when you're working with these values over here, this a, b, and c, if I hover over a, you'll see that it's an int. So even though make int returns this option of int over here, when you're working with a right here, this value is an int and so is b and c. So that's the second thing to know. Third thing to know is that the same thing holds true down here when you're working in this yield area. These values are also integers, and I say int in this example, of course, because I'm returning an option of int here. If this had been an option of string or option of anything else, you'd be working with those raw values over here and down here. So those are the things I really want you to know, and now I can do some other things and show you some shortcuts. So instead of using make int all the time, we can do something like this. We can actually just return some values over here and bypass make int altogether. So that could be sum 2 and sum 3. And now if I come up here, we won't even need those. So I'm just showing this as a shortcut if you ever want to do some testing inside the REPL. This is something that you can do here. And then another thing I want to show is that when you're working with try, success, and failure, they work the same way as options. So here I have another for expression, and I'm skipping over the whole make int part, and I'm just using success values here. So if I hover over here, you'll see that this isn't a try, but it's an int. And then the same thing holds true down here in the yield area. This one is also an int. So this is just a fourth thing that I wanted you to know, and that's that try works inside of for expressions, just like option. And then jumping ahead to the future a little bit, I want to show you one more thing. This has nothing to do with where we are right now, but it's something else I want to show you. And that's that we cannot mix option and try types inside of here. So you see, as soon as I say that, we get this squiggly line in the error messages here. And then if I look at the error messages down here, you can see right here, it's requiring try, and what it's finding is an option event right there. So this is a little bit of bonus coverage. It has nothing to do with what we're doing right now, but it will have everything to do with what we do later in this video training course.